Yeah, we did. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do?
How's everybody doing?
Yeah, we're a little early. We're a little early. We had a couple things to do and then weren't able to get it done. I was like, how many minutes we got left for exactly? He's like, 10 seconds. So I just had to come running over here and we're early. That's what happened. But yeah, how's everybody doing today? We gotta get into the control room here. Oh, the friggin' Marmaduke's coming along something terrible. Coming along something terrible. It is. What do you think? You best. How you doing? Where are we here? There we go. Oh, very spastic cam. How you doing? How you doing? I wonder, how do you share this bull's dick? I'll get this onto face McSiggert. Interesting. Liver is frig, boys. Who do we got? Nelson, nope, but we're going to see him soon, that son of a bitch. Oh, you're not even going to believe it. He's going to hate us terrible. Oh my goodness. Okay, this isn't working, boys. What the dinks? Dinks! Hey?
Oh, not yet.
Oh man, we're starting that.
You've been live for about 3 minutes,
Yeah.
if that.
Live for 25 seconds. There we go. We'll try this.
Thanks.
Shut that down. Decent. Decent. Hi, Pug1. How am I doing? Oh, greetings from Texas. How's it going in the old Texas word?
How they doing?
Am I gay? I don't think so.
Just sing about
I'm
dinks.
just very happy. I'm just a very happy person. You can call it gay if you like. Buddy?
Is that enough?
Enough what?
Dinks?
Oh, I don't. We're singing about Belvis?
Well, if you sing about Belfast, you're gonna sing about dinks.
Yeah, there's
Something
and
about
mixing soup and oh my goodness, and then plunging. Don't forget about plunging.
relentless plumbing.
Eh? Buy a Volvo. What?
What for?
Had a doctor word appointment today, so I was thirsty, terrible. So we had to get something for this thing. Tells the doctor, is like, I got to get this bolt out of my leg, eh? So I tells him, I says, well, last time we put me sleepy time, and when I woke up, of course my leg hurt, but also my lungs felt like they were popped, and I was having a hard time breathing. I certainly couldn't take a deep breath, and of course 4 or 5 days in the hospital, and then come home 2 or 3 days, and then pop, freaking gurgle, wake up in the middle of the night with popped lung and hacking up big bloody oysters and stuff. It was great, right? So, you know, whatever. I quit the hospital because last time that happened, they put like a tube in my side and a box filled with red Kool-Aid coming out, terrible, and that took about, I think, 15 days. 15 days to get that all fixed up for me there. So I wasn't having any parts of the 15 days in the hospital with a tube in my side and all this and that. So I just pulled up my big boy pants and friggin' held her in for a bit, and then it just went away, right? So friggin' took a minute, a couple weeks, but we got through her. And then, you know, I know it was pop because it's happened dozens of times before, and then one really good time when I had to have the surgery, but it happened before that, but I didn't know what it was. I thought, oh man, I'm having chest pains, terrible, and my arm and everything hurts. And then, of course, it happened a good time, and then they told me what it was, and then I knew, oh, that's what was happening. So, anyways, long story longer is frig. I'm telling the friggin' anesthesiologist, I says to him, I says, yeah, last time you really blew up my lungs some terrible. And so this time we got to not do that. It's like last time it was 2 hours or something, I guess, to plunge a rod down my femur. But this time it'd be 10, 15 minutes or whatever. They just got to cut her open, get the head of the bolt, and friggin' zing her out, right? I was like, I'd rather just do it. Put a needle in my leg, zing her out of there. And then no CP time, no how you doing, no 48 hours or 24 hours of no driving, whatever it was, because they don't want you to give you a big how you doing and then send you off driving terrible, right? Clamps! But, so, this friggin' guy, I'm like, oh yeah, he's he's reading the notes and he says, oh, this and that about your lung. I'm like, yeah, last time this and that. So he's like, I'm like, my lung collapsed and this and that. And he's like, oh, did you have surgery and stuff? I'm like, well, no, I didn't go to the hospital. And he's like, well, there's no proof. Well, yeah, I mean, other than there's no reason for me to come in here saying my friggin' lung collapsed if it never even really. I mean, you want proof? I made videos of the big red oysters, and only some of them too. A couple of them were huge, and I didn't even get a movie of it because it was like I was in bed and stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, so friggin' this guy's just being a wank job, just friggin' pretty much telling me I'm a liar.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a liar. This that. It's like, well, I'm telling you right now, bud. If you pop my lung again, we're gonna have words.
Now you gotta trust this guy.
Yeah, who's already popped my lung once.
Yeah, to look after this time.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't believe in my
Yeah, and he thinks I'm a liar, and he's the doctor, so there's no proof. There's no x-ray. It's like, well, of course there wasn't. I didn't go to the hospital. I don't go to the hospital. You guys are going to be like, oh, your lungs collapsed. We need a tube in the side, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but I quit that. I quit the tube in the side. That sucks. When I got the tube out, like I thought the tube was only, they just got to stick it through your ribs and then into your side to suck the juices out, right? So when, it's okay, it's time for me to go home. So they had like a tube in my side, and then it was like sewed around like a butthole, so he could just like pull the tube out, pull the strings, and then it would just cinch up like a finkster, which leaves a really nice clean scar. Like you can hardly tell anything happened there. But okay, so you're going home. I'm like, all right. So I lean over. He's like, just quits me. He's talking to the nurse. He says, okay, so when I tell you, I want you to pull this out as hard and as fast as you can. So I'm laying there like this, and he says that, and I'm like, what? And as I kind of turn and look, he's like, okay, now. And this bitch pulls this friggin' thing out, and it felt like it was 3 feet long, man. Holy suffering. And like, whoa, it just like sucked the wind right out of me, and bloop, tied her up. There you go. Band-Aid on it. Talk to you later. Holy suffering. That was a good one. Volume up. You can't hear? Don't you have one of those on your pewter? I don't know what to tell you. I can't do any much more of the volume department there, but yeah, I hear you fine. It's probably your pewter, bud. There's this weird button. Like one of them's like, it looks like a speaker with one little ring, and there's one right beside it, a speaker with like 3 little rings. If you push the one with 3 little rings a bunch of times, you should be able to hear me fine. Okay? But, yeah, I think I got a message the other day. Somebody was saying about sending a friggin' wireless mic or something. That'd be decent. We need a camera too, though, and then we can just hook it up to the pewter. Some sort of a wireless camera, because I don't know, or wired would work too, I guess, but I just have to deal with that. But anybody's experienced anything like that where the doctors just totally believe everything you're saying? They're like, oh yeah, I totally take your word for it. The other thing you were saying, well, it could have been pneumonia, could have been a lung infection. Yeah, it was pneumonia, dude. Like, so okay, here's the options. Could have been a lung infection, right? It could have been pneumonia, or it could have had a collapsed lung. Had a collapsed lung before, totally know what it feels like. Surgery, the whole bit, multiple times. It was a collapsed lung, right? Or it could be pneumonia. So I'm just going to have pneumonia and then just not go to the hospital. And my pneumonia went away. I just smoked extra dubs and a couple dabs with Robus, and it went away.
This is the cure for it.
Yeah.
People didn't know that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, eh? Collapsed arsehole. Yeah, I had a collapsed arsehole.
You feel that too.
Yeah. It's just collapsed. Terrible. Robus sucks pickles.
Yeah.
It was Nelson's hammer in your lung. It doesn't have been.
They let me cough it.
You smoked too much tane soup, eh? Probably. I like the rosins myself. I'm steering away from the chemicals and doing more of the squish tech. Yeah, try solvent free. Roger. Oh, how you doing? Spirit 443. 443. How you doing? You son of a bitch. Pre-story. Pre-story valve. Rob stopped puking. Yes, he did. We do got to go see the ninja soon too. He called me a couple times. He's in a strange place right now. Very, very strange. Oh, Retro Weld, what's up? Appliance jump. Get the gear on, bud. What are you waiting for? You come to Inwood, get the gear on, fire it up, as fast as you can. Don't be scared. Be a big star, bud. Buddy, big dog leather, you're still a major dodge dick. Buddy, that is enough. Hey, what I need you to do is, because I've been trying to find, like you say, I just make the mold, wet the leather, make the mold, this and that. I take a piece of plywood, cut the shape of my knife out of it, and this and that. But where do you get the leather to? Because, like, I don't know. There isn't. They don't. 20 sacks. What do you mean? Oh, Spirit 443 again. Decent. Hard as frig to read these son of a bitches. Going so fast. What? Jennifer Cole said dirty old Patrick is going to be a daddy. How did the wank get through the internet? Oh, this is... And then it gets through the internet and then goes up between us and then impregnates...
Which made it get through the internet?
Well, from all the internet wanking. What?
Paul Patrick.
Well, he should have never told me.
Well, no, that's true.
He should have never told. He should have known better.
Yeah.
Yep, we're going to the BCs tomorrow.
Yeah, we've been planning to take this. Getting ready to go.
Check his girl's Facebook. Rhonda. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Buddy, what did you do?
He's been stabbing relentless.
Buddy, you been plunging? Plunging. Terrible, terrible. Bilphus is a father? Somebody says. I know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. I wish Bilphus was my dad. I would have all the remote controls and friggin' all type of bitty games and fucking different things. Terrible. Eh? The trucks with boxes that are just big enough for the wheel well.
Yeah,
How is it possible that my phone is plugged in to the source of the hydroponics and still no power transferring to the database? How is this a thing that's happening right now? Oh, I just got zero mixed cigarettes. Oh, is that Belfast? Where is it? I thought I saw them. Belfast. Oh, Mighty Mo Excavating. How you doing? What do you think of the sign on the door, right by the door, every time we leave, bud? Here, now the average is here. Did I tell you we need? Oh, buddy, you might as well just quit now. It's in your best interest to quit.
Quit your job and come to Inwood full time.
Holy suffering! Inwood Customs are the best show on. It keeps jumping away. On the interwebs. Hi from a long-time follower from Norway. Say hi to the old lady. Lifeline, I think it is. Awesome, buddy. Much obliged. Terrible. Hey, I will get Frig Sector to mail you a Blumpy.
Buddy!
What?
No Blumpies. That is against my probation.
No, it isn't. Only if you receive a fundage amount of the cent factor in exchange. You are totally allowed to do sexual favors to dudes for free. This is the thing. It's just like a Freak Sackner's sex trade is just like a dispensary back in the day when people had to be sneaky about it, right? We'll give you the Blumpy, right? We'll just hand over the Blumpy for free. It's yours. And you just donate whatever you feel the Blumpy's worth. Okay? So if you're ripping out terrible Blumpies, I mean, you could be raking in, 60, 70, $1 a week there. I mean, you'd really have to get the Blumpy going, but I think you could do it. But if you're terrible at it, I mean, you'll be struggling to get 50 cents. You know what I mean? Like if the log drops before the batch gets released, no go. You know what I mean? You gotta work at it. Terrible. What? Keith LeQuento. Mucho gracias, cool. Mucho gracias, cool. How much is Norway money worth?
I have no idea. I don't even know what currency is.
NOK. 200. I got 200 NOKs.
Norway kronas?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Norway crunkets?
Maybe. I've never been to Norway. Looks nice.
Yeah. Very, very serene. Frig Sackner, give a stovepipe.
Stovepipe!
Oh my goodness. Somebody really loves Bilfus.
Oh my goodness.
Come here and look at this. This is hilarious. I don't want to read it out, but it's fucking hilarious. He'd quit YouTube.
Yeah, like he would. Yeah,
We should call him over here and show him that.
Well, I don't know.
It's 32.19. Oh, I got 50 SEKs. Decent. That's like 26 cents. Eh?
Yeah.
Got 26 cents under my pillow.
Canadian Reaples.
Yeah. This guy says 50 SEK equals $200 US.
Oh,
Come on.
me.
Come on. Nope. This guy says 50 SEK is $7.90 Canadian. Oh, that's funny. Oh, there's another. Cheers from Norway. Another 200 NOKs.
Appreciate it.
Decent. Mucho gracias, Cole. I don't know what NOKs are. Somebody tell me. Jan Eric Bernstein. Oh, what's an NOK, buddy? You terrible. Eh? What's up on Pug Lake, Jacksonville, Florida? Not too bad. You probably still stink like shit, buddy.
Who does?
I don't know.
We've not got off work yet.
3219 is 200 NOKs. Awesome. So how's everybody doing today? Did you guys have a fucking shitty doctor's appointment where the guy's just a goof? And this is the same guy that in a few days is going to put you unconscious and then they're going to put power tools to your leg? Oh, it's Patrick that's pregnant. Oh.
Frig seconds, Mr.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes more sense. He has got a poo baby. Terrible. Eh? He has got a poo baby. My goodness. When I was in prison, I used to get, like, you get hungry, right? So you eat as much as you can. And like I'd be in my cell, like jumping up and down, trying to get food down into me because they take it away from you after a bit. You know what I mean? You're like, only got this much. And you know, I'm trying to eat 4 or 5 fucking meals because I trade dicks, chonies, and gonies and shit for all their stuff. And, yeah, I would have poo babies that were relentless. Eh?
Oh
like
goodness.
just, like sometimes I couldn't even move for like 2 hours after I ate. Oh my goodness. You know what I mean? And then like 7 o'clock in the morning, just this eruption. Reeks. Eh? Terrible.
Good. Sat in a room with a guy with a finger like an Henry Grab with a poo baby coming out of you.
Oh. Should I tell him the Ricky the Cigarette's in a jail cell with Ricky the Cigarette stories? Just a couple of them?
Well, that's up to you, buddy.
I think I've said some of them before, but one time, I don't think I've even told you about this one. Like, you know how I'm like, I really, really don't like say you had a whole bunch of poop on you.
Yep.
You can't come anywhere near me
No.
because I will fucking attack you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Like there's people who come with just like the regular body odor that they walk
Oh.
around who can't go near you.
Yeah, like your breath and your armpit make me not be able to come near you, right? But so Ricky the Cigarette, he decides he's going to start flushing his shirt down the toilet, but not just flush his shirt down the toilet. He's flushing it and like, and then pulling it back out like he's got it like by the sleeve. Well, his shirt is like 12 feet long within like 30 seconds, and he's just like reaming out the drain, and I just start losing it. I'm like, you know, get that the fuck away from me. Like, holy shit, what are you going to do with that now? Like, you have to flush that because what are you going to do with that? You know what I mean? And I got to take a shit, you know, 7 o'clock in the morning, my poo baby's coming, whether there's a shirt in the toilet or not. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was one incident. Another time, he's butt naked. And he's got like his foot on the like, you know, toilet door, you know, 1 foot on the toilet, 1 foot on like the door latch. And he's trying to like wag his dank in the window, you know, to like dudes on the other side of the range, right? So, yeah, he's like basically like fumigating the cell with dank fumes and stuff, right? And like I'm just having a time. Like that was literally the worst time ever of my life. Was like I think maybe 7 or 9 days with Ricky the Cigarette in the cell. Like another time, like I'm just trying to read. Like it's like, I don't know, in jail, it's like I don't want to horse around with a bunch of hepatitis infected fucking goofs. You know what I mean? Like I don't have anything in common with these fucking people at all, right? So I just want to like read a book, get this done and over with, and go home. Well, so I'm just laying there with bunk reading a book. Ricky the Cigarette, of course, is butt naked in his bed. And he's picking the end of his dank, right? And then he tells me that I got to look at it. He's like, oh man, you gotta see this. I'm like, buddy, I really, really, really want to try to avoid looking at your dink, like if it's at all possible, right? Like, you know, if we could work this out between us, that'd be great. Well, so like an hour. It could have been more. There's no, no way of really telling. I mean, it was probably 5 minutes. It just felt like, anyways, on and 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 on about looking at his dick that he's pecking right beside me. And I'm thinking, okay, so maybe if I just look at it quick, he'll put it away and we can carry on with our shit because, like, man, everything in this cell is covered in O. Henry bar finger and dink pickings, right? So, I'll admit, I looked at his dink. The fucking thing, the tip of it, looked like a shriveled up wet raisin. And I'm like, man, why is it wet? Like, why is the end of it so wet? What, because he's got like the shriveled balloon bubblegum choocher end onto it, eh? Just disgusting, terrible. So, like, I don't know, mine got chopped off before I ever remember having it. So friggin', I don't have like a wet mushroom terrible. It's all covered by this thing with wetness and, like, I don't know. I'm assuming that you're supposed to, like, yeah, do a little bit of maintenance in that thing every once in a while, right? So, but I don't know. But I felt ill, for months after that. Like, I couldn't think about, I don't know, like a lot of things. And it just friggin' triggered, like, like, oh, and another time, this is a good one too. I'll cut it off with the Ricky the Sacred stories here because I don't want him to pound me. But he wanted to get down to medical for reasons that I'm not at liberty to discuss with you right now. But he wanted to get down to medical, terrible. And they were onto his shit, so they quit. Every fucking twice a week, Ricky the Cigarette needs to get his friggin' hole checked or this checked or that checked. So, yeah, the dink whisperer, yeah. And so they quit him. So I don't know how, if he cut his finger on purpose or if there was, but anyways, he ended up with this cut on his finger. So he's like, oh, I got to go to medical because I got this cut on my finger. Well, they quit him. And sure. So they quit him. So he decides he is going to plunge his finger up his ass and like shove his finger in his ass, the cut one, and then not wash it. So it's like he's got this one finger that's just, it's an O. Henry bar, right? And like that's where that came from. So now every time he's bumping into stuff, oh man, what's happening right now? Boys. We froze up there. I don't know. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Boys. Okay, so anyways, I'll carry on. It's not filming or nothing. It's just stopped at the Ricky the Sacred Finger. But anyways, his idea was, if you're not going to take me down to medical, I'm going to get a hideous rotten infection of shit on my finger, and then I might end up getting a couple grand if I can end up getting it so infected that I can force on an amputation. If I can get them to cut my finger off, I might be able to get, a few pesos out of the situation. But I don't even know if you guys can hear me at all, so. Ms. Duke. I wonder how we fix this. Are you guys with me? You with me? Yes, that is it. So is the video locked up, or what are we talking about here? Is it just froze on my end? What are we dealing with, boys? No video? Son of a bitch. Oh, boys. Well, I apologize. We gave her a good go, but we got some good Ricky the Sigurd stories. We freaking got a stovepipe from Frig Sackner. Even talked about Nelson's hammer a little bit there. That's great. That's freaking great. But yeah, we'll do this. I don't know. You guys pick the time. You like it early, late? What do you think? What's better for you guys? When's more Dick's gonna come? When's more Dick's gonna come, boys?
J-Ben.
You're like 5 o'clock, J-Ben. What time is it here? 5:30. We did a half hour. You don't want it too long, right? Then, I don't know. Maybe that's good. Maybe we'll call her a cigarette, boys. We froze up, so I don't know. I don't know what else to do, boys. We froze up. And if I stop it, then it's going to stop, so we might as well stop it and we'll carry on tomorrow. How about that? How about them apples?
Woo!
Yeah. Oh, this was extreme. We had an extreme live versus Frig McCigarette today, boys.
An extreme stream.
Yeah, I thought about doing them Friday at, or not Friday, at 4:20, you know, the 4:20 show, you know what I mean? I think, you know, and then maybe we'll do later ones at 7:10. Sometimes we'll do one or the other, sometimes we'll do both.
And everybody everywhere around the world.
Yeah, and then if you're working till 5 or something, you don't miss out, or if you're working late and you get the early one, I don't know.
Should be able to catch one or the other.
Yeah, you should be able to get one or the other, hopefully. But, anyways, boys, friggin' pre-story valve wide open, all the friggin' thanks in the friggin' super chat there, friggin' Mucho McGrassy Arscole, sound terrible. And, go fuck yourself. I apologize!